have words with you. We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp, for whenever thou hast need of my services. There are many answers to that question. None are important. Correct. No. Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking. Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. My services are all that I can proffer thee. What thou wilt do with them is for thee to undertake. Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more. Because it is my calling, there is little else to explain.
You don't sleep well, flitting between dreams and nightmares. Maybe you wake up because you know something is wrong, or maybe you just get lucky.
Shit. No, it's not what it looks like. I swear. I wasn't going to hurt you. I just needed, well, blood.
There, in the dim firelight, you see him for what he really is. A vampire, a slave to sanguine hunger.
I've never killed anyone. Well, not for food. I feed on animals. Boars, deer, kobolds, whatever I can get. It's not enough. Not if I have to fight. I feel so weak. If I just had a little blood, I could think clearer, fight better. Please.
A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed. You focus on the source of the power, but it is quiet and still. It needs to rest.
No, of course. Silly of me to even ask. I'll go and find something on 4 legs to eat, I suppose. See you in the morning.
You watch him stalk away, slumped, sulking. and ready to kill.
Morning. I hope last night's little unpleasantness hasn't left a bad taste in your... Well, I hope there are no bad feelings. And you're lucky I'm not a true vampire. Last night could have gone very differently if I'd magically summoned a pack of wolves. Alas, I'm just a spawn. All of the hunger, few of the powers. Perhaps I am. For 200 years, the sun would have turned me to cinders. Now I stand here like it's nothing. Someone, or something, wants me alive. They've changed the rules. Standing in the sun, wading through a river, wandering into homes without an invitation. They're all perfectly mundane activities now. As for my other quirks, well, we can figure those out in time. No more surprises. You have my word. I'm just glad you're being sensible about these revelations. I was worried people might turn up with torches and pitchforks. Although there's still time.
So we're traveling with a vampire, are we? Of course we are. Word of warning, Astarion. I taste absolutely awful.
I'd just better not wake in the night to find fangs at my throat.
He's not wrong. We're bound together, no matter what comes.
Fine. He stays till he's no longer of use. Besides, my flesh is not so easily tasted. Unless, of course, I have offered it.
There now. We're all friends again. Shall we go? There's a long day ahead of us.
Prowess in battle is remarkable, as is your battle stance itself.
Rathajak, a technique known to few outside Kalea. Shall I teach you?
I'll pass, thank you. I prefer abjuration over acrobatics.
Owlbear tracks. Its nest must be nearby.
This is it. Absolute. Protect us.
Breathe. That stench. Dead owlbear prey, no doubt.
It's just ahead. It's huge. I'm not sure I can do this.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
You're right. We can handle this. And we'll do it for Edwin.
Impero TV.
Survival is all that matters.
Can't give up.
Creator, destroyer.
Cub looks from you to his dead mother. A single strike will end his suffering.
It hurts.
You watch, speechless, as the cub begins to eat his mother.
The cub has a fighting chance now.
That, or we've just prolonged its misery.
Mercy. Of course.
It's dead. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. I wish Edwin were here. He would have been honored to fight alongside you. What would you have of us now, sir? Edwin told us there was a camp of faithful goblins nearby. We'll find a safe harbor there. He'd want us among friends. Absolute protect you.
Oblivious to your presence, the cub continues to gorge himself on his dead mother. Oblivious to your...
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with. Positive. You can trust me on that.
Wish I had a bag of holding. An owlbear egg. These are supposed to be worth a fortune. Owlbear eggshells. An unhatched one would fetch quite a price.
oblivious to your presence.
An unusual place to find a shrine of Selûne, but there it is. A wizard sealed this chest. Wasn't an amateur either.
That might be worth a look.
Just an old prayer.
Selûnite prayer, marked with the same symbol as the chest. I'll have to sully my tongue and recite it. My faith will guide me. Nothing but empty words, clearly. Nothing but empty words, clearly.
Be wary of false promises. The missing druid, Halsin, was it? He may be talented, but only a Githyanki Zathis can cleanse an embedded tadpole.
Charmed, I'm sure.
And there we go. Never knew prayer could be so practical.
Still breathing, despite everything.
You should leave it, or even destroy it if possible. This rubbish is an offering to Selûne. At best, it's worthless. At worst, who knows? Could be cursed. Do not trifle with that moon witch or her trinkets. Only trouble will follow. Fine. Perhaps you can sell them for a couple of coins. It hurts. Worthless.
Yeah.
if this crash doesn't work out later? What if your kin fail you?
If I can reach the crash, my kin will provide. Any failure will be mine alone.
If you say so. Just don't expect me to put all my eggs in the same basket.
That expression must sound curious to a Gith Yankee here, given the way they're birthed.
Thought you was busy with the foul bloods in Elson's Grove. Not no more. The contract didn't mention no goblins. I would have prepped the lads, brought better weapons. Wasn't no few goblins, mate. There's an entire hive of them. Contract failed to mention that part. The kind that leaves half your crew dead. There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic, supposedly buried round these parts. But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it. It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us. I'd give you a map of the temple and wish you a happy funeral. But my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own sodger. Goblins made short of the fat old chunk. All I've got's the contract. Can show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying. As soon as he heard we had a contract to find that Night Song relic, he was more eager than a hound in heat. When the goblins jumped us, most of my crew scarpered, just like I taught them to. The old codger didn't. I'm just glad to be rid of the bloody thing. Happy hunting. Come on. We're wasting time.
An empty mind flare vessel. If its occupant survived, they're nowhere to be seen.
I was wondering about your queen, Blackith. What tales of her reach us are terrifying. I suppose that's not how you would describe her.
Blackith is unity, fear and beauty, life and unlife. Eyes like onyx, teeth like daggers. There is none more perfect.
Sounds vile. I assume the meaning of perfect was lost in translation.
Something's waiting up ahead.
Get over there! Surround them like! You spotted us. Good. It's like they say. No fun in skewing a pig what doesn't know he's cooked. That's supposed to be a threat. Got a set on you, all right. Almost makes me like you. Almost. I'm gonna enjoy pulling off your skin when we're done. No fun in skewing a pig what doesn't know he's cooked. We got you surrounded. Here's how this goes. You take one step further, and we'll fill your front with arrows. Or you turn around, and your backside gets the same treatment.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
You're a true soul. But my mistake, sir.
Something stirs deep within you, hungry and alert. It's taking something you'll never get back.
You'll get no more trouble from us, promise.
Yisk Githkar Tavki Krashet. The tadpole lets us command the minds of others.
An interesting development, but one to be treated with caution. For better or for worse.
No. Our only cause is to deny it. This power is just another symptom of disease, and every use will sicken us further.
So long as it does indeed benefit us.
Come on, open up.
Quietus et scientia.
If you want to keep your insides on the inside, don't cause any trouble.
Haven't seen that game in years.
Missing children. Maggie Terrans, Marcus Terrans, Mathan Deach, Rochelle Kirk.
Tastes like chicken. No chicken. Tastes like fish. Gentlemen, contain yourselves. This quarrel sours our feast. Besides, tastes like pork. And what surprise is this? Brothers, look here. I have eyed yet another prize. Fortune favors our bellies. Stranger, be you friend or food. The mark is her measure. Show us the brand of the absolute. Indeed. How regrettable that your meat must go unsavored. Food? Food. Not food. Friend. I've no use for the Absolute, or any god. I follow two masters only. Gluttony and greed. The goblins understand my appetites. They sate my hunger for gold. And the rest sate my hunger for meat. Boss Goblin give gold. We check brand. Good deal. No talk. Am I not astonishing? A robust diet makes for a shrewd mind, you see. I am a gourmand, and you a delicacy. Were I so lucky? I am, by all accounts, a student of higher commerce and extortion. Make me an offer. Tempt me. A brilliant notion, and a boon to my aching belly. We have a deal, my tasty kibble. Take my bone horn. One blow, and the ground will quake with my family name. Use it when the need arises, and never a moment before. Ogre kill everyone around, then Ogre eats them. Well spoken, indeed. Ogre kill everyone around. We follow the sense of blood and gold to all lands fertile, friend. And this land proves particularly fruitful.
We will keep close. When you are ready, sound the horn.
That might be worth a look. Let's see what this does.
Names and heights have been carved into the wood over the years. The last two read Maggie Terrans and Marcus Terrans. Twins, perhaps.
Something over there.
the roundup?
Nothing.
Unless you like trash. Then keep looking.
Something good here, I hope.
What's that?
This calls for careful footwork.
Speak your name. I do not know this name. If you are known to my master, step forward and declare yourself an ally.
There is a pause as those glass eyes take you in. Then,
a well-guarded laboratory. What were they hiding down here?
ripe with magic.
I've got a long road ahead.
The book is locked tight with no visible keyhole, only an oval recess in the cover's mouth. You try to examine the book, but the longer you stare, the more those piercing amethyst eyes draw you in.
A cursed book. How obvious. Whoever opens it deserves the fate that befalls them.
Curious. Why don't you take a closer look? I'll observe from back here.
Blacket's will be done.
Can't give up now.
Action, not reaction.
No one back home will ever believe this. Better be cautious. If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine.
might be worth a look.
Weapon blueprints. A master blacksmith's work.
Not too refined here. Just quick ideas sketched out.
Feast fit for an ogre. You notice a peculiar dagger protruding from the tough, leathery meat. Your cautious method pays off. The dagger glides smoothly out of the mystery meat.
something over there.
Look what we got here. Another little birdie wanting to fly. Stop this thing! Flap those wings some more, and I'll feed you a worm. And you. Hope you got a stomach for heights. What's it bloody look like? We're teaching this here pipsqueak to fly. Funny. That's what our birdie wanted. Release me this instant, you beasts! Unless you want to join him up there, you best pay the toll. Cough it up!
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
That's a lot of coin, I think. Well, I might just look into that. After I'm through squeezing some gold out of you right now. How do you like that? Good choice. Now clear off. If I see you here again, no price will save ya. Back again?
Apart from an overgrowth of moss, the well looks unremarkable. Dry stones line the wall. At the bottom, something gleams in the dappled light.
Best not touch those webs or I'll end up as a meal.
Out of sight, out of mind. Something didn't like that.
What's the plan?
Gone with the weave. Come on, can't stay idle. is through. You picked the wrong fight, friend. On my way.
I'm ready.
Nothing important is ever easy. Try me. At the ready. Time to get going.
A trap, just as I expected.
Right tool will do the trick.
nothing.
No one's stopped me yet. Your desire? Never a dull moment. Let's have a look.
On my way. Light on my feet. Better be cautious. What path lies before me? If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine. Cutting to the chase. Don't want to draw any attention. Breathe quiet. Move with care. This calls for careful footwork. I don't need any attention right now. All right, time to skulk about. Need to find a way forward. Out of sight, out of mind. Wonder if the gods are watching me. Just out of view. These boots have seen everything.
I'm done. I can't wait to sleep.
The breeze. Something's down there.
Mind your footing. The bones of the careless are probably littered down there.
Oh, I have the magic touch.
Let's move.
Salutations.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Assume nothing.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
No rest for the wicked, I see.
Action, not reaction.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
Here goes nothing.
should more than suffice. Something over there.
Goblins ahead.
A war drum. One of those can summon fighters far and wide.
Look it, Claw. Sapper's here. Unless you got another reason to be here. Fexite.
Let's try to be diplomatic, shall we? Goblins don't come by the handfuls, but by the dozens.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
This better not be Minthara's messenger. If the boss finds out I gave him a hard time, that's me done. Oh, right. Beg pardon. Gotta give all the visitors the old squinty eye, you know. Go on in and have a drink for me, eh? Who? If he ain't one of us, and if he's here, he's down in the pits.
Save the druid if you must. If we spill goblin blood on the way, all the better.
Depends who you are. We're celebrating a raid. No better time in camp than this. Get yourself a bit of fun before it dries up. Rip the guts out of Joaquin's Rest, we did. Inns are good for gutting. Lads even captured some Duke. Worth celebrating, that is.
cautious.
Best avoid that trap.
Trap. Be cautious.
A trap. Just as I expected.
Trap. Be cautious.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Indolence breeds madness. I've spotted a trap. Move with purpose.
Looking at a future true soul, you are. Boss Ragslin says I'm next in line.
And the Knoll Norder I'm clean off. So much for the flaming fist, eh? You ain't here? We sacked Joaquin's Rest and left it to burn. Drow flinging magic, Knoll snapping off heads. Inn's nothing but a pile of ash by now. Glorious.
Tribe? Tribe! What hell not? The priestess gun!
Hear my voice. Obey my command.
The voice is irresistible. You recognize the overwhelming authority that you've used on others, only infinitely stronger, and turned against you. Your vision clouds, leaving you in a dark, featureless shadowscape. Nothingness in every direction. Then there are 3 figures before you. An armored male elf, exuding power and command. A handsome younger man with a quick, easy smile. And a pale young woman with even paler eyes.
These are my chosen. They speak for me. Aid their search for the prison, and you will be worthy to stand beside them in my presence.
You feel energy pulsing from the artifact, lifting the pain from you, pushing the voice away.
My power grows. My forces gather. The reckoning draws near.
Don't give me that look. I don't know what just happened any more than you do. We should keep going.
The voice is gone. Muted by this Gith relic. Why does a half-elf carry it?
I don't know. Not exactly. All I know is it's important I get it back to Baldur's Gate. At any cost. I suppose, if we're to continue together, I may as well tell you. I serve Shah. My home is a secret cloister in Baldur's Gate. A group of us was sent to retrieve the artifact. Now I'm the only one left. I can't afford to fail. I can't tell you anymore. This mission required utmost secrecy. We all submitted to having our memories suppressed so that we couldn't betray Shah's confidence. If I reach my contact in the city, I'll have my memories restored. Until then, I have to guard the artifact with my life. There. You have the truth, for all it's worth. Let's continue.
You worship Shah? Blimey. She and my beloved Mistra are not exactly friends.
There's nothing more I can tell you. All I remember is that I have to get back to my contact in the city.
I know those symbols. Githyanki runes. Ancient as Vlaakith herself. You stole that from my people.
Yes. And a lot of my people died in the process. I won't fail them. Not after what I saw your kind do to them.
A powerful artifact indeed, to have caught the attention of so many. Not least the Absolute itself, the three figures in the vision, the Chosen are searching for it. With the cultists' aid, it will not be long before they find it. Before they find you. You have evaded them so far, thanks, it seems, to the artifact itself. But how long can such protection last? Shadowheart has made her position clear. She will see that it is taken to its destination. At any cost. No doubt the Githyanki will seek to reclaim that which is theirs. And you still do not know what it even is.
I trust you more than most. But I'm sorry. That's too much to ask. This is my responsibility. Shah's blessings upon you.
What hell not? It's a priestess got.
Not everyone subscribes.
Sounds like they've captured themselves a bard.
You look like you got something jingling in your pocket. Looking to spend it? Nicked him off the dead, didn't I? Get moving. I've got other customers.
A new age is dawning with goblins and trust. Mountains, great mortals, all ginders to quake. The true souls are coming, their lounders awake. Here follow, by far and wide, for great glory. Draw Raxlin's crest, make as a blade in the quarry. Be you beguiling, or be you beheaded? Goblin kind will tease you and throat you and redden. His name is Draw Raxlin, his voice absolute. His troops will disarm you and grow you the truth. Laugh if you dare, recoil if you must. A new age is dawning with goblins and trust. Mountains, great mortals, all ginders to quake. The true souls are coming, their lounders awake. Here follow, by far and wide, for great glory. Away from the merchandise. Draw Raxlin's best make as a blade in the quarry. Be you beguiled, or be you beheaded? Goblin kind will tease you and throat you and redden. Ah, a stranger in a haircut.
Hell's that yowling bleeds the ears. Bloody human. No offence, mind, just that ain't entertainment. Don't need two mates. We already got the greatest art there is, and it ain't no warbling. It's chicken chasing. Only the greatest game since eggs sprouted legs, mates. You just gotta chase the chicken round the course and through the posts. But that ain't all. Gotta do it quick and alone. Any of your mates step in, you lose. Time runs out, you lose. Sound easy? It ain't. Come back when that half-wit's done wailing and find out.
Recoil if you must. A new age is dawning with goblins and trust.
Sir, glad you found us all right. Odd rubbing elbows with gobs, isn't it? Still getting used to it.
Souls are coming, their lounders awake. Here follow, and
So glad to see you safely arrived, sir. We haven't found the weapon yet, but it's good to be among allies, even if they're a bit unusual.
Be you beguiling, or be you beheaded? Goblin kind will tease you and throat you and redden. His name is Draw Raxlin, his voice absolute. With fragulous crown and with scepter abraid, Draw Raxlin, short work of the innkeeper made. The inn burnt to ash. The captives were many. Goblin kind had reduced them to cowering filthenny. So raise it, your goblets, and drain them with pride. Draw Raxlin, the true soul, had let you glide.
You! Move off!
Do as she says. Now. Now, where was I? Huh?
Wait a tick. That a friend of yours?
Oh, certainly not. What are you doing? I'm busy here.
You lying.
To you? Never. Come, let's continue our ballad. Draw Raxlin, draw Raxlin. I am Draw Raxlin. Tumptuous. Draw Raxlin.
You broke him.
Wait. Draw Raxlin. We pray. We.
Come on, pigeon. Back to your cage.
Now, look what you've done.
Come on!
Of course.
My name's Gribbo, idiot!
Right, yes. Not for me.
Oh, come on, I'll wound you.
It was for the last time. That was a whistle. It was a bloke with a horse.
Well, brave enough to take on the chicken. Wonderful. And you got coin to back you? Cocky, eh? Maybe you've got the skill to back it up. Or maybe I'm about to make a heap of coin. Let's get a crowd going and find out, eh? We're starting a new game! Move your eye! What you waiting for? Shimmy on the starting mark and let's chase that chicken! Get it back on the field!
Burning! Feathers burning! You! Help! Help! Free? Free! Free!
You did why? Betting against the
That's the game done. Come here.
Escape! Escape!
That's the game done. Well, looky here. Seems like you know your way around the course. Pardon? You're what? Think you misunderstood, mate. Ain't no winnings, 'cause only a goblin can win Chicken Chase. Says so in the rules.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
It were only a joke, mate. Here, no quarrel with ya.
Bloody starving!
Escape! Escape!
Supply! You back one of the inlets! Hold it down! Against me axe! Bloody idiot! Nothing beats the taste of stolen beer!
I ain't paid to talk. Keep walking.
Statue of Seluna. This ruin must have been dedicated to her. And now it's a nest for some filthy goblins. A fitting end.
Fresh disarm with me bare hands. Weaker than pixies, humans.
Oh, you got him good.
And who are you? Another pest? Humans. Think you rule the world. Ah!
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
Well, not us. Things are changing. We got the absolute on our side now. You better learn your place. Go on. Kiss my foot. Or I'll wipe that nasty look right off your face.
End him or leave him. But don't you dare grovel to this slug.
Look, mate, just piss off. You're not welcome here. Just wait. I'll be next in line to become a true soul. Then nobody can stop me. I'll kick out that annoying hobgoblin, the priestess and dread too, and everyone will have to obey me. What? How did you... that's a neck. Fine. There. I've done it. Arrogant swine.
He kissed!
What was I saying? I just had to talk to me.
Russia!
I've got to take a
Russia
piss.
just licked some toes!
You look like you think you're hard. Mess with us, and you'll end up like this bleeder. Oh, you're real tough, bullying a kid. Sod off, or I'll fetch my mum. She was as tough as wolf meat before the Absolute came along. Now, she could punch out a dragon.
I'll be a big old boy!
Bet I can crack that open.
This ugly bastard is the first human I ever killed. Should take a trophy.
I'm talented!
More heretical symbols, of course.
I got stuff if you got coin. Supplies! New batch from Wakeen's Rest.
No, go inside. Inside. Boring.
Bloody racket.
Oh, come on now. They're just having a bit of fun.
Aye, so much fun that those thieves almost got past.
We got them now, eh? And once the whelps start singing, we'll know who sent them.
Aye, might be we'll pay him a visit in return. That'll be some real fun.
Spare me a moment, if you please. I've something important to discuss with you. We've been traveling together for a while now, and it's just about time that I shared something with you. It's a rather personal matter that I'd have preferred to keep quiet, but needs must when the devil drives. I have no choice but to speak. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly. No, nothing like that. Though if I failed to treat it, then the consequences would not be contained to me alone. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside. No, it's nothing like that. Magic isn't a narcotic to me, it's quite literally a lifesaver. I would not burden anyone other than myself with this were the stakes not so high, and the means of obtaining such artifacts challenging for a humble wizard to face alone. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It is time. And by that I mean, it's imperative that I find and consume strands of weave at the earliest possible juncture. We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession. You know for yourself how hard-won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost. Valid question. If not out of the simple goodness of your heart, then perhaps your own self-interest might be sufficient motivation. Having a wizard like me around is quite the boon when facing the perils that stalk these lands. Far harder for me to assist you if I can barely stand upright. Please, trust me. Your help could be the difference between life and death.
Become one with Gale's mind, and you can feel something sinister oppressing you. It's inside of you, a mighty darkness radiating from your chest. You could try to push further, but your hold over Gale feels brittle. It won't be easy delving deeper without him noticing. You become one with Gale's mind, and you can feel something sinister oppressing you. It's inside of you, a mighty darkness radiating from your chest. You become one with Gale's mind, and you can feel something. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book, bound, and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry.
Keeping me in suspense, are you? Come on, tell me. Do we have an agreement or not? It's a simple question, isn't it? What gives you pause? What? You used that thing against me, and you saw after I told you? You had no right. None at all. I've a good mind to turn around and depart this little company of ours immediately. I'd rather be alone than spend another moment in the presence of someone inclined to such unjustified invasions of privacy. I have to admit, you're right about that. Perhaps my reaction was a tad volatile, the irony of which is not lost on me, though it needs remain so on you for the time being. I hope that the glimpse you caught of my condition convinced you of the urgency in treating it. Can I count on you to give me the artifacts I need? As luck would have it, you're already primed to give me exactly what I need. I will consume the magic inside. What was a powerful artifact will be rendered no more than a trinket, but it will save my life, even if only temporarily. Thank you. That hit the spot. I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to sleep the demon inside. A metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters. Grateful as I am, the course of our camaraderie is much better served by not taking that particular detour. Not just yet. Sincerely, though. I understand I ask a lot from you with few answers in return. But in time, all will be told. I obtained it in Waterdeep. Nothing there comes cheap.
Bloody racket.
Oh, come on now. They're just having a bit of fun.
Aye, so much fun. Oi! Ain't no party in here. We're doing the Absolute's work.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
Can't be here to see the true souls. Those types don't even bother to wait. Well, I didn't say that. But you'll need to be more specific, mate. Absolute's blessed us with 3. You here to see Priestess Gut, Boss Raxlin or the Drow. Audience is right. She's an uppity one and no mistake, but she knows her business. She's in telling the war chiefs what's what. Next raid's gonna be a big un, I hear. Bloody racket.
Seluna. As if mingling with a horde of goblins wasn't bad enough. Let's do what we have to do, then get out of here. Quite the understatement, but yes. Let's not linger in this place any more than necessary.
That'll be some real fun.
Just having a bit of fun.
Aye, so much fun that those thieves almost got past.
We got 'em now, eh? And once the whelp starts singing, we'll know who sent them.
Aye, might be we'll pay him a visit in return. That'll be some real fun. Racket.
Oh, come on now. They're just having a bit of fun.
Aye, so much fun that those thieves almost got past.
You'll know who sent them.
Aye, might be we'll pay him a visit in return. That'll be some real fun. Because she chose me. You're not worthy yet.
Smells like burnt flesh in here.
That the jingle of coin I hear? You've timed it well, my friend. Already turned quite the profit today, so I'm feeling generous. You recognize the crest she bears, the winged serpent of the Zentarim. Half right, sharp eyes. As then is a normal trader. Just a matter of what's for sale. Weapons and other exotic goods, true enough. But most of all, we offer discretion. No judgment, no right and wrong, just good deals and bad. That a problem for you?
pleasure.
Let's get going.
My faith will guide me.
Still alive, so that's progress.
Need something else?
Nothing for you in there, mate.
Wouldn't go in there. Lest you fancy blowing your bones all the way to Baldur's Gate.
Out of sight, out of mind. Let's get in and out.
Faith is obedience. Follow my teachings. Follow Ragsling's orders. Obey the drow. Serve the Absolute, and you may.
I ain't never felt so strong.
Now here's somebody special. The Absolute has touched you, hasn't she? Priestess Gut needs to touch you too. Hold out your arms so I can mark your flesh. shows our devotion to the Absolute. These maggots see how strong we are with her guidance. Whole camp will be branded soon, and you should be too. You ready? Brace yourself. This'll sting. Hold still.
As pain muddles your thoughts, your minds become entangled. A familiar sensation. She too carries a parasite. Darkness seems to swallow the temple, leaving you with a vision of the goblin priestess receiving instruction from a handsome young man, one of the chosen. The vision dissolves away. You stand before the goblin priestess in the temple once again. Her faith floods into you, a tide of shuddering ecstasy. Her tadpole nestles within that mania, secure, hidden.
I feel you in there. Digging around. Works both ways. And I saw some weird shadows swimming around in your head just now. Maybe I can help with that. Us true souls gotta look out for one another.
True souls aren't affected like us. Why do they think they're talking to a god?
Perhaps that's how we would have ended up had our Nautiloid not been attacked.
Follow Ragslin's orders. Obey the drow. Serve the Absolute, and you may.
Poor lad. I could give you peace, you know. But no. You gotta keep silent, don't you? Where do they flee to, you stubborn rat?
Please, stop!
Here to see your friend, have ya? Come and join him if you like.
Say we'll take over. His work is sloppy. He'll kill the prisoner too quickly.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
No! Why won't he speak? The drow's gonna kill me if I can't make him talk. We do all the work, and you get to finish him? Bah! Take him! Won't do you any good. He just screams. I should have sent him to Moonrise with the rest, for all the good he's been. I want to watch that weird priest next door. Shouted. Bet you couldn't make him sing either, could ya? I'd swear he was mute, if I hadn't heard him scream so much.
Please,
Please. Let me out. There's no reason for this. Helsing. I don't know. He changed into a bear, but I lost sight of him. I don't know if he's still alive. That's all I know. Please, get me out of here. Somewhere underneath the temple, there's a hidden passage. Brian had instructions, but the goblins got him. They said they'd eat him. Please, these shackles. I don't want to die.
The book is locked tight with no visible keyhole, only an oval recess in the cover's mouth. It seems the prisoner you killed was rather valuable.
Don't go bothering my pigeon. He's mine. Keep him safe. Listen to him coo. Till I gets hungry or some such. What's it to ya? Him? Nah. Then catch one on your own.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
This Ranger better not go yapping about my pigeon. I should have turned him over to Minthora by now, but he's such a nice little pigeon. What? I ain't. Minthora don't give a cake what you think. Bah, just take him if you care so much. See if he'll sing for the likes of you, though. Bloody think. Here's the key. Pigeon's all yours.
Look at this! I'm quite saved! A joy to see a familiar face in such a precarious setting. I guarantee the story of your daring rescue of my person will live on for eons. Ah, what's a bit of metal between allies, hmm? I'll do one better. Tell me where we can meet each other once we've slipped the goblin yoke. And I'll offer much more than gold. Knowledge, my friend, is priceless. Why, by design, my friend. How better to learn the ways of a people than to live among them? I dare say the experiment has proven most fruitful, too. I'll be happy to share my findings once we've found somewhere safe to parley. An invisibility potion, my friend. A bit less refined than your mendacious methods, but by God, it'll do the trick. Smashing! Soon, my friend. Soon we can share a flagon of something liquid and a tale of daring do. I'll slip away when the coast is clear. See you soon, my friend. I simply can't wait to pick your brain!
You look like you could kick the ass of half the scrubs in here. Bunch of drunken layabouts. No me, though. I'm hard as they come, and I'm itching for another fight. Drow's studying the war map, trying to figure it out. You should talk to her. Get the killing started quicker. Now, they're stuck-ups. Ignore them, and be happy they didn't throw you to the spiders yet.
Foul stench of slaughter turns suddenly sweet through the rat's nose. Blood smell, life smell. Not like the great hollow below, which smells only of death.
Do you think the dwarf is ready yet? Watch your step down by the pens. Wargie's been getting fat on your kind lately.
Heading to see our new pet. It didn't seem easy, I'll give it that. I'm just saying, those eyes.
Nobody's gonna push us around anymore.
At least give me a sword!
We want you dead, you dumb knuckle. Not dead and heroic. Get down there and stop complaining!
Don't get too comfortable, you horrible sacks of muck. Blow might need us in.
Been here. I miss the swamp. Proper nice that swamp was. This ain't the party, pal. We're working here.
If I were you, I'd get me arse back to the party before somebody put me to work.
Trap. Be cautious.
Praise his ever-bleeding axe. Praise his throne of flaming iron. Praise Maglubbiet.
You know Maglubbiet, a tyrannical deity who treats his goblinoid followers as slaves.
Trying to interrupt my prayers? Scared of a real god? You're as goonless as the rest of them. They'll turn on you soon enough. Then you'll be wishing you was in a cage. You'll end up being supper for the spiders or the wargs. 'Cause I'm loyal to Maglubbiet. 'Cause I ain't having my head turned by some upstart god. Yeah, and I can see by that mark on your hand that you're part of her mob. Bollocks to your absolute, and bollocks to you and all. You think this is funny? I'll be the one laughing when things turn ugly. Safer in here than out there.
With that kind of slander, I'll slice off their fingers and fry them for supper.
I just love a good finger fry.
Boss Ragslin weren't lying when he said anyone could join the Absolute's ranks.
Keep moving, lest you're wanting a clubbing and drubbing.
You're either with the Absolute or against her. Ain't no in between.
A longing for small spaces, stone walls hugging close, confining. There is a light here, in the tight space beneath the floor. Secret things that shine.
My tongue, you bloody bird. I'm pledged to the Absolute. Arse and all.
What the ruddy hell is that person?
Sugan al Sukok, Otashokek doors. I command you, corpse. Speak. Reveal truth to the Absolute.
By Vlaakith's blade, a geich.
Nothing. Must be reading it wrong. Sugan al Sukok.
The hobgoblin turns to you, and the parasite squirms in your skull. You taste the ale on his tongue and the bile in his soul. The visions cloud your inner eye for a brief moment once again. You see the hobgoblin bowing before the armored elf you'd glimpsed before. The elf speaks of the hunt for a great weapon, and the rewards that will go to whoever finds it. The hobgoblin's eyes gleam hungrily.
If it isn't another true soul.
He doesn't speak his next words, yet they still rattle your skull from within.
You ever talk to a dead squid? Now's your chance.
This mind flayer's build is smaller, its garb plainer. A fearsome creature even in death, but not the one that tormented you. Yet it too roamed the Nautiloid. It would have seen you, known you.
Absolute says the dead squiddy had a weapon. I reckon the killer nabbed it and scooted off to that looter camp. We find who killed it, and we find who took that weapon. So settle in.
You feel Shadowheart's anxiety. The weapon the Absolute seeks. It's the artifact that she carries. The same one that protected you as you entered the goblin camp. Her mind focuses. Their suspicion cannot be aroused. They cannot discover that the weapon they seek is within their grasp. Your skull sizzles with Ragslin's displeasure. His mouth is still, but you hear his demand.
I speak for the Absolute, and I say, you stay. I've got plans for you, boy. And there's no true soul yet who turned their back on the Absolute.
You choke on black smoke as the hobgoblin bellows his incantation.
I command you, corpse. Speak and say sooth. Lucan ok al koldek shulkol kank.
The hideous corpse rises, tentacles writhing. Your heart seizes. Under questioning, the creature might recognize you as its killer. Ragslin's mind reels, then calms. He will speak as you command. With Ragslin's voice, you ask.
What were you doing in Faerun?
Ragslin scowls, shocked by his own words, and a jolt shoots through your skull. The creature speaks in visions. A swarm of Githyanki dragon riders, silver blades held high, control panels melting, flesh pods spilled open.
Githyanki. They know something.
He is suspicious, confused by the question that fell from his lips. You proceed carefully.
Who is the Absolute?
Ragslin frowns in confusion at a question he would never have asked. You see an image. Curved drow blades, crude goblin torches, gnoll teeth dripping blood. You see other mind flayers arranged in a serene circle. Absolute unity. Absolute power.
You're kidding me. Very helpful, squid.
Suspicion floods Ragslin's mind. Your brain howls as you force a final query into his throat.
Who killed you?
Another vision consumes you. A memory. seen through the creature's soul-dead eyes. You see a clawed hand open a holding pod to reveal a face. Yours.
You're no true soul.
Your heart seizes. Under questioning, the creature might recognize you as its killer. Ragslin's mind with Ragslin's voice. You ask Ragsl. Then you see up. You feel Ragslin's suspicion. Again, suspicion floods Ragslin's mind. Your brain howls.
Why were the Gith chasing that ship?
You see dark tunnels lit by noxious pools of brine. The darkness spreads through the earth. The sky splits open and nautiloids pour out of a void that consumes the stars.
What in the...
The corpse collapses, silent once more.
No, no! I'm not done! Riddles, all of it, and nothing to show for the trouble but rotting squid meat. No answers, no killer, and no damned weapon. The damned Trow was right. Can't let her get all the glory. Like I said, I got plans for you. Report to the Drow. Minthara's the name. She's mounting an attack on that blasted grove. Tell her you'll join her. Praise the Absolute.
The artifact.
Listen. All right. The Absolute honors you and slays her enemy.
Lords of Hunters. I wouldn't dawdle if I were you. I doubt true soul Minthara has much patience left. Bet I can crack that open.
For the taking.
That was intense. I wouldn't want to bump into that thing while it was still alive. Someone needs to keep an eye on these buggers. I don't make a habit of questioning the Absolute. Now quiet!
Absolute's looking out for me now.
I never felt so strong.
Nobody's gonna push us around anymore.
Faith is obedience. Follow my teachings. Follow Ragsling's orders. Obey the drow.
Need something else?